Yeah, yeah. Mike Pompeo, he's the CIA director. He was speaking with Nora O'Donnell about basically, I guess he's addressing Russian meddling, supposed Russian meddling, expanding operations with quote unquote more risk with Nora O'Donnell.
Make no mistake about it. We are doing things today that the CIA was not doing a year ago, and there's more risk attached to those.
Risk taking, that sounds like you're expanding covert and clandestine operations.
Oh, most certainly.
To what effect? What do you want?
I want the president to have the best intelligence in the world.
I'm Michael Richard Pompeo.
As America's top spy master, CIA Director Mike Pompeo splits his time between the agency he runs in Langley, Virginia, and the White House, where he personally helps deliver the president's daily brief.
What's that like? Take us behind the scenes.
So sometime each morning, someone hollers, "Pompeo, you're in." And I, along with Director Coates, General McMaster, most days the vice president as well, deliver the president the most exquisite information any leader in the world ever gets a chance to see.
And does it still contain those killer graphics you've talked about?
It does. I love killer graphics. I love them. So do you. It helps communicate information, right? This is the important thing. It's absolutely important that we deliver information to the president in a way that in the time that can be allotted to this, that he can grasp the central information that we're trying to deliver to him.
Okay, I'm not even going to get into the idea of Trump grasping information. It's too cheap and it's too obvious, okay? But I am so disgusted by Nora O'Donnell sitting there chuckling about graphics when this guy has basically told her there are more operations that undoubtedly are killing more civilians and putting us at risk globally. This is an administration that we already know, according to a report by Air Wars that came out last summer, has already significantly increased civilian casualties over the Obama administration. Trump has already killed more civilians than Obama in U.S. fight against IS, and this is according to reports by Air Wars, which is a journalist-based transparency project based in the UK. So, and by the way, this is not to say there were already far too many civilians killed under Obama. The Obama administration's drone program was absolutely unacceptable. Signature strikes, which are dropping a drone based on behavioral patterning of targets, undoubtedly killed civilians in Pakistan and Yemen, as an example. Trump has only vastly escalated that. In his first month in office, approved a reckless, insane operation which killed many children in Yemen. And of course, he dropped the mother of all bombs in Afghanistan. What he basically has done, and this is another thing that belies this whole nonsense about him, he's going to rein in the deep state. Yes, there are people from FBI and CIA and so forth that clearly leak against him and have concerns about his competence and mental stability, obviously. And he obviously wants to politicize the agencies to protect himself insofar as he can even conceptualize what that actually means. But when it comes to the day in and day out business of engage in more kinetic activity overseas, put more innocent lives at risk. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, a graphic. And Nora O'Donnell's got nothing other than, I know you like killer graphics. At least from that clip. That was pathetic. Now, here is the CIA director talking about North Korea.
How close is Kim Jong-un to being able to deliver a nuclear attack to the territorial United States?
A handful of months.
But correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe you have used that phrase more than 6 months ago. You said a handful of months.
I hope to be able to say it a year from now as well. The United States government is working diligently to extend that timeline.
Well, in our next...
Okay. Well, that's unclear, obviously, what that means. That could include things like hacking and other forms of sort of like subterfuge, which I'm sure they're engaging in to delay the progress of the North Korean program.
It's always worrisome when they like talk about that so flippantly, though, because it puts up like the 24 style clock. Like maybe we should get in there and do something.
Well, these people love that,
right? Yeah, no, that's.
I mean, this is their whole notion, and this whole. I mean, look, the bottom line is that what Fox News and other places that were bitching, and John McCain and everybody else that were whining about Obama and whining about leading from behind, all they meant, because let's be real, Obama had on one area, this incredibly courageous, successful negotiation with Iran, then basically just some sort of greater stability with traditional allies, and then this pivot to Asia, which basically was things like TPP and trade, and then in other areas, a modified and more restricted, but in fact in other ways codified and advanced form of fighting the Bush wars with much more significant reliance on things like drones and also groups like JSOC, right? So what that means in practice is that you don't have much to pivot on other than we should kill far more civilians, we should have far more kinetic activity, these small kind of lawyerly interventions should be stripped back, and then the rest of it is all just posturing. Talk tough. Make a face. And then really what some of them are pushing for is like, let's have some more absolutely catastrophic wars, which would kill millions more people and throw the globe into chaos. You know, there wasn't actually a position to attack Obama from the left. I mean, from the right on foreign policy, unless it was all just demented, crazy stuff, which is all they have.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos